So, have you ever known someone who constantly complains about other people, only to realize that they're doing the very same thing that they're upset about? It's quite interesting how this is often human tendency. Often the one thing that we're most upset about is a thing that we actually doing ourselves and we don't really realize it. It's that old saying, when you point a finger at someone, there's generally fingers pointing back at you. So, how do you handle someone, perhaps at work, if you're a boss, and you've got a manager of a department who's pointing fingers at another department, saying that they're doing something wrong and that they want to file a complaint against them, that what they're doing is wrong. And yet, you from the outside, you can see that what they're actually complaining about, that department, that manager is doing the exact same thing in his department. So, how do you make him understand that it's better for him to concentrate and focus on his department and not worry about other departments, to rectify everything and get his department running correctly, smoothly, and making a profit instead of worrying about another department that's making a loss and perhaps that manager's not looking after his employees correctly? How do we do that? How do we say to someone, stop complaining about them? Stop worrying about that they doing things wrong, that they treating the employees badly. Stop worrying about that. Look at your department. See how you can grow it. See how you can make it do well. See how you can fix everything there instead of worrying about that department. Because when you're worrying about that department, you're actually not resolving the conflicts and the issues and the things that are not working correctly in your department. If you had to rather focus the money and the time and the effort working with your employees, working with your people to streamline things, to get things working, to make sure that everything's in place, to make sure that you can fix things, you can get everyone working, that they are honest, that they know what they're doing, that they're doing the right things, they have the correct behaviors and mannerisms in how they're treating other people and how they're working with the employees. If you can get that right and just worry about that and not worry about other departments, imagine how well you would do. But how do you get this manager to see that? To see that he needs to fix his own problems, to get his own employees working correctly, to be honest, to do things right. How can you get him to see that instead of worrying about taking up a case against another department because what they're doing is not right, or that manager's not treating his employee correctly, or perhaps there are dishonest people in that department? How can you get that person to see that they need to look after their own department before possibly they go and look at other people's departments?